Coming up next, the Knicks taking on the Cavaliers. For New York, they have been building confidence with each and every game. Every team they face knows they in turn have to bring their best if they expect to beat them. Cavs, Knicks, the NBA on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland. They were undefeated against this squad last season, going 3-0. We'll see if they can continue that dominance. And guys, we'll see Che, who signed a shoe deal before ever playing in a game. Shaq, that's become a growing trend.
Every rookie seems to get a shoe contract just for waking up. You should have to earn it. These executives just throwing money around now, Ernie. I'm so jealous.
Man, I wish I was around. I wish I was born now. And this was my rookie year. You know, this would be incredible because I'd get 3 shoe deals. I'd be the only guy.
See the shoes I'm wearing?
What are they?
Oh.
They were given to me.
Oh.
Is that the EJS's?
But you
Ernie
can't fault
Johnson
Shea.
Supremes.
You can't fault Shea for having it, even though Ernie has a deal too. Him and Che.
This is Ernie. Came to my house in 1989.
Wow.
I call these E-Chays.
Oh.
E-Che.
Oh, E-Che. Oh.
Onto something.
I call them ugly.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at New York, they've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, the Cavaliers, 2.5 games back.
And I think for the Cavaliers, they've played some good basketball this year. They have to consider this season to be a success in terms of where they are at this point.
Yeah, they're certainly in better shape than I thought they'd be at this stage of the season. And by now we know when they're at their best, they can compete with any team in the league.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, the one-and-done draft requirement will be abolished very soon. In the meantime, the G League professional path has been introduced for those looking to come straight out of high school. A salary of $125,000, potential endorsements, and access to NBA development has enticed more than a few to pursue this new avenue. Kevin?
Yeah, the G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Clarkson is the 2 with Osman the 3. Nance and Thompson are up front. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. And for New York, Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Smith and Trier, the tandem in the backcourt. And it's Robinson in at the 5 down low. Early on, players vying for larger roles and more minutes, and Doris, always interesting to see how all of that materializes.
Here we go.
Yeah, Kev, I think unless you have a veteran team who's maybe been in the playoffs and established themselves, there's nothing set in stone yet.
The Knicks. Bobby Portis has checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Money comes in for Alonzo Trier. And it's Peyton in for Dennis Smith. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. John Henson's checked in for Nance. Porter comes in for Jetty Osman. Brandon Knight, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Dellavedova with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Thompson against Peyton. Shot clock at 5. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Knight. Got a piece of it. 3 on 3. Peyton can't get it to go. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now here's Knight. Defense right on him. Dellavedova, the pass to Henson. On the wing, Porter. He lobs it up and slam dunk by Henson.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to Barrett. Here's Money, guarded by Porter. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And here we can check out the story on Julius Randle. Last season, he played outstanding. 19th in scoring, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
Yeah, and like you said, one of the better scorers in the NBA last season, a tireless worker on the offensive end. He could be even better this season. Catching up on the changes for New York. Morris is checked in for Randall, and it's Knox in for Barrett. Dellavedova scanning the floor. He kicks it to Porter. This one for 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Money. New York, no good that time either. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8-point game. And stolen by Portis. Here's Money. Count that one. Money's got 6.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Now here is Dellavedova, covered by Payton. Here's Porter, trying to get open as Thompson, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Nance is checked in. Six on the shot clock. Now the pass to Dellavedova. From beyond the arc. A rebound by Money.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Well, that's really good strength on that finish by Elfrid Payton. Nice job to embrace the contact.
Dellavedova finds Porter. And here is Henson. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Washington.
I thought his physicality was crucial, too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes and repeatedly got to the free throw line.
High post try. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Here's Money. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, the Knicks knew that offense would be an area for improvement coming into the season.
Well, Greg, they were dead last in offense in several metrics last year, most notably field goal percentage. So some of it is personnel, some of it is shot selection.
Garland, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Shoots from 12. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 5 points so far. Payton outside. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, at 6'4", Elfrid Payton has great size at his position and uses it to his advantage to score inside.
Garland dishes to Porter. There's the triple. The Knicks pull it in. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And going back to last season, they really struggled for wins. And even against a team like this with comparable talent, they didn't manage one win in the season series.
The Knicks have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Eddie Osman, he's checked in for Porter. And the ability to stretch the floor from the power forward spot doors becoming almost a requirement. That's worked out well for Marcus Morris.
Boy, when he comes into the league, Kevin, 2011, he was viewed as that classic tweener. That at one point was a negative level. The game has now shifted his direction because of his versatility.
Outside Knight from deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Knight. Here's Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Nance.
You see, you can't be too physical with Marcus Morris. This guy is so strong, and he's so good at drawing the foul.
And Morris drops them both.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Here's Osman. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Wizards in Washington. From outside, off the mark. Here's New York. They're on an 18-7 run. Count that bucket. And the Knicks lead by 4.
You can see physical defense does not bother Kevin Knox. He almost wants the contact.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Nance in the post. Morris is there. Nance down low. Covered by Morris. Nance, no good. The Knicks leading by 4 for the 3, and it's good. 3 points on the board on the shot from Money. Money's got 11 points.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Now, here's Garland, covered by Payton. Garland, the pass to Clarkson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 11. It's rebounded by Portis.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Money passes to Morris. Good, nice job down low. And it's a 9-point Knicks lead.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
And Greg, one of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And so it's New York, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And when you consider how the Knicks are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Morris is out there with Knox. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Elfrid Payton. And it's Money in at the 2-guard. Nance. Good D by Payton.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
There's Garland, and that one goes long. New York leading by 11. Here's Morris, and there's another one for the Knicks.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Osman. No points in the game yet for him. And it's blocked, but they'll get another chance. Oh, and here we go. Knox has got it. The fast break chance. Whoa!
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Pass to Thompson. Here's Osman. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Knocked away. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Taj Gibson's checked in for Knox. A switcher also for Cleveland. Thornwell's checked in. Here's Money. He's covered by Clarkson. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Now, here's Garland. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Washington. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. New York leading by 15. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. For the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened, there's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. Catching up on the changes for New York. Randall's checked in for Bobby Portis. Eric comes in for Morris, and Smith subbed in for Payton. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Smith hits them both. You know, Doris, when you think of the best dunkers at that guard position, you have to include Dennis Smith Jr.
His explosiveness, Dennis Smith Jr., is off the charts. Boy, when he is attacking the cup, as a defensive player, you better be on point or he's going to put it on your head.
They get it again.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
And the dunk by Smith.
Wow, the amazing speed and athleticism of Mr. Dennis Smith Jr. No mercy on the attack.
Now Clarkson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Wizards in Washington. Passes it to Osman. It's stolen by Barrett. Smith outside. And the dunk by Smith.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
And a wide open look for Porter. And another miss by Cleveland. Now the Knicks with it. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Thompson comes with the double team. And there's the call on Jetty Osman. And that'll be his third foul so far. A different look now for Cleveland. John Henson's checked in for Osman. Knight comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. No good from Gibson.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Dellavedova kicks to Henson. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
Money passes to Smith. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Smith's got his third bucket of the night.
You know, once a pass is made out of the double team like that, the defense is spread too thin to stop the bucket. Heads up assist there.
Dellavedova with the ball. Randall on him. Here's Thompson. And the rejection by Smith.
Wow, you don't see Dennis Smith Jr. block a shot every game, but man, he's got some vertical.
And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. And then on Thursday, they'll head home to take on the Dallas Mavericks.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Clock at 6. Out tonight. Porter outside. No good that time. So New York will take it the other way.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Money, guarded by Porter. And again, New York with the triple.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a...
1 second left. The shot misses. And so it's New York in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Jay, both in scoring and rebounding, you're doing very well. I would think you're happy with that production.
Yeah, GA, you know, I'm happy, and that was a level effort that I wanted to start with. I think, you know, it helped the team. I know when I come out looking to attack the glass, it sparks the rest of the guys. It gives us extra possessions, and, you know, we made use of them, so shouts out to that.
Well, a great half for your first time and a great effort all around. Guys?
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. He's checked in for the Knicks.
For years, guys, obviously we thought about the Cavaliers as one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. Last year, obviously a very different story. They had a couple of shooters, but they lacked the kind of stars that could draw the defenses away.
And Doris, to your point, it seems like any team that lacks floor spacing has a hard time picking up points.
And for the Cavaliers, Kev, that was obviously their biggest problem. They were second to last in the league in points scored, and that is what translates to only 19 games won after winning 50 the year before.
On the court for Cleveland, Clarkson is the 2 with Osman the 3. Nance and Thompson are up front, and it's Garland in at point guard. Lets it go from the wing. The shot's good for Money. Money's got 20.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Clarkson surveying the floor. To stop the drought. And that one hits back iron.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Randall misses in close. Cleveland's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Garland, the pass to Thompson. Over to the wing. And there's Garland. That's good on the assist by Thompson. That's 7 points for Darius Garland. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Smith against Clarkson. Here's Money. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now, here's Garland. He's tightly guarded, and the rejection by Smith. And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith. Sendarius Thornwell's checked in for the Cavaliers. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Smith with it. He's got 13. And Thompson sends it back.
Oh, the former Longhorn Thompson really elevating for the rejection. Love the energy, guys.
Robinson, that's good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Henson's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Jarrell Martin comes in for Larry Nance. Heights checked in for Jetty Osman. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. New York's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Barrett the pass to Smith. Randall outside. Oh! And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Martin finds Knight. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Dennis Smith. Last season's performance for him averaged about 13 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
George, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back to the basket force when you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Knicks. 5 to shoot. Here's Windler. Knicks with the rebound. Money's got 8 rebounds in this game. Morris outside. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Morris has got 10 points.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Randall against Henson. Dellavedova dishes to Porter. No good again that time.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
The Cavaliers shooting a pretty pitiful 25% in this game. Offensively, they can't get anything going. And here is Dellavedova. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Randall with some nice D. Morris inside. Windler with the rebound. Kicks it to Dellavedova. There's the dish to Martin. The shot, no good. So New York will take it the other way. To the left wing. Here's Barrett. From down in the low post, it goes. Barrett's got 7 points for the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Dellavedova. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pass to Henson. Dishes it to Porter. Back to Henson. Dellavedova with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. From deep. Tries to keep it alive. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
A different look for New York. Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall. Gibson comes in for Barrett. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Smith. A switch here also for Cleveland. Garland's checked in.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And both free throws good for Payton.
Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future. I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Here's Money, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Darius Garland picks one up. Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin. This was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the last couple of years, there's a ton of young talent coming up in New York right now.
That's good for Money. So he gets them both.
And you think back to LeBron's last year in Cleveland, one wonders how differently it may have turned out if Kyrie was there with him.
Well, you think back, Greg, Isaiah Thomas was never healthy. He had been a recent All-Star with another team. They were counting on his quickness and his scoring. But through it all, the Cavaliers reached the NBA Finals. Just another testament to the talent and the leadership that LeBron gives you.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Nance comes in for Jarrell Martin. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career, and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder.
Thanks, Kev.
And guys, getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here is New York. And Porter comes to help. Money passes to Morris. It's good. Morris has got 17 now.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Here's Garland, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
And Cleveland making a change here. Knights checked in. And for the length of Bobby Portis, he's sure to provide a bit of fire when he's on the floor.
Well, Portis is never afraid to mix it up with the opponent or sometimes his own guys. This guy plays with a passion that maybe isn't for everyone, but boy, it does spark his teams.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot two. No good from Money.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Here's Thornwell, covered by Payton. Now, here is Knight. From 12 feet out, it's deflected. Payton surveying the floor. Gets it off. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the New York Knicks with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And there have been 2 very different performances. Money's checked in for Knox. Then for the Cavaliers, John Henson's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Porter comes in for Sindarius Thornwell. And it's Garland in for Knight. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Cleveland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. We've got Murray. Payton is out there with Wayne Ellington. And there's Money. And it's Gibson in at the 5. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's Clarkson. Misses the 3. The Knicks shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for New York.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
They can chalk this one up, but these 2 teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Money.
Boy, his defense is what stood out to me. There was a no-fly zone around this guy all night. He contested every shot in his area and sent a few back.
Occupying that instant offense role, Doris, Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, there's a physicality to what Taj Gibson does on a nightly basis, and particularly when he's this close.
Well, you knew the Knicks were going to try and make a huge splash over the summer in free agency.
But you know this, Greg. Sometimes you swing hard at the pitch and you miss. And that's one of the problems of putting all your eggs in the free agency basket.
And Cleveland making a change here. Knights checked in. Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Money. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. Che, congrats on the win and another triple-double for you. How are you able to do this so consistently?
You know what? I'm a big fan of Westbrook, and I study a lot. I study his tapes a lot. Watching some of his big triple-double games, I thought to myself, man, why can't I do that more often? You know, like he does. So since then, I've been trying my best to assert myself and make, you know, that kind of impact.
It has been special watching you during this run. Congratulations on the win. Guys?
All right, David, thank you.